Yes, family, give thanks for coming in. Glorify the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie first. Yes, I just waiting for the rest of the family to join us and give thanks. Officially, it is your Friday afternoon live challenge talk. Of course, we definitely will see it before the Sabbath comes in. So, of course, as this challenge talk, the chalice does talk. Glorify the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Yes, my family, blessed love once again. Give thanks for coming in. Thanks for your presence with us. Of course, definitely right here in the tiger's nest. Any which way you turn it, you're in the zone. Tiger's nest, tiger zone. Give thanks for your presence with us. And of course, great joy to each and every one. I give thanks, of course, for the beautiful day of rest coming in, talking about the Sabbath day, and give thanks to the wonderful, strong, and all things that has been done, and all things that has been accomplished, and all those who are already in with us, and those who will be coming in. Of course, I like to give a moment for all those who will be coming in, but, let's get straight to it, not only in respect of those who are here already, but for sure, as I said, preparing, for the upcoming Sabbath coming in. We are already ready. And of course, when it's Friday afternoon, a lot of ones are on the beat, trying to rustle and get home, whether they keep Sabbath or not. This is a day of rushing and the markets and the supermarkets. So I know a lot of the faithful ones will see this maybe some other time later in the evening, tomorrow, whatever the case is. But it's still a joy. Give thanks for those who are with us. And of course, actually what I originally wanted to talk about I wanted to actually have an open discussion. And family, I will be beginning a new segment right here on the YouTube. And we're going to be calling it Open Mic. You know, Open Mic Night. And the night is spelled with a K, just like the night of the Black Tiger. Open Mic Night. And what we'll be doing, we'll be literally putting the link, the Zoom link, in the chat or the description, literally. Of course, we will have the subject area and we will put it down. And of course, we will actually open the door for those who desire to come in and sit in with us. And actually, you know, we wanted to have a discussion this day as far as Rastafari and the Rastafari economy. That's actually where we wanted to go. And another subject area I want to talk about is Rastafari and politics. And I'm more speaking of governance and you know, Rastafari political parties and Rastafari vying for senators' positions and these different things and what you think about it, especially those of us in the democratic system, and of course this Westminster system that we live in. You know, some of these discussions are very necessary. You know, I know we like to argue over theology and religion and belief all day long, and it's nice and fun sometimes, but there are other things that we need to meditate on. And you know for sure, you know, even as it relates to Rastafari and our economy, we actually started a program, Mind Your Business. You remember that? We used to do that every Wednesday evening. And of course, there was a certain level of interaction that we needed to make sure that program continues. But I noticed that for whatever reason, we as conscious people, we not serious about our economy. We may be serious about money and running down a dollar, but when it comes to the economy, we totally lose interest. You know, generational wealth and building societies and communal living, and all of these things that even the fathers taught us, somehow we don't gravitate to that. Remember, I'm here on stage, trust me, when it comes to certain conversations, you can see there's a less of a magnetic pull to it. We don't like to talk about domestic issues when it comes to the family and these different things. We definitely don't want to have no conversation about children, you know, and how we can lift them and these different things. I'm not asking them, and there's years upon years we doing this. In the conscious community, there's a lot of energy for blood. We like to argue and curse and debate and who's right and who's wrong. And if I don't agree with you, I'm not even working with you, and totally forget that there's another level to this thing. One may say it's a bigger picture, you know, so for sure we want to definitely touch upon some of these. We want to know if you're talking of Rastafari and governance, what do you think? Because it's obvious. I know why I would ask the question, because there are those, especially from the old school, that are totally will tell you, well, no, man, we Rasta don't have nothing to do with politics, neither vote, register, run, support, campaign, none of these things. Don't wear none of their colors and their t-shirts, and we're following them here, there, and everywhere. And then there are those that will tell you, well, listen, man, I'm not really with none of them, you know, but we need to get into the race. We need to get into the ring. We need to form our own alliances. Then there are those that say, well, I can't wait on that. We need to attach ourselves with the candidate that we believe will have our best interests at heart. We've been doing that for a while. So there are different levels of this argument. You may have a different angle. So it's something that we should discuss, because we're looking futuristically, we're looking realistically too, as a society, as a people, you know, and definitely as a nation. So that is one of the reasoning and discussions I want to put it forward, that and the economy. All right, so before I go and just give thanks to those who are in the chat, give thanks, Honorable Princess Acacia Menin, say blessed love, and who we have here, Making Money One, saying, you see, You hear the man name? Making Money One, or the woman? Making Money One. You see, and I didn't look in the chat. Yeah, exactly. So this is what I'm talking about. We have to see how we're going to build ourselves. Brother or sister, give thanks. So I was actually just going to go to something else, but you just spice me up to continue here. We got to check how we are really moving forward as a nation. I mean, listen, we are far to go, man. We have far to go on many different levels of our redemption and liberation. Oh, but we have so, I'm telling you, economically enslaved, spiritually enslaved, financially, basically the same thing. If certain places like even around here, these islands here, you lock off the seas for 2 weeks. Starvation hit around here as if it's famine in one of them countries you see on TV. Yeah, just reality. But anyway, we do have to move on. We have to give all respect to the Sabbath, and I want to touch upon something before we go in. So give thanks, family, as you can see clearly highlighting Megalith investment group. And again, as we speak about the whole aspect of our financial growth, the Megalith investment group, definitely the investment wing of Rastafari Experience Antigua. Definitely. But let me just remind, as I said, this is the sealing up of the special that we were having on the international homeschool classes as it relates to the beautiful t-shirts. Remember, for a limited time only, as I showed you, we would be giving the beautiful shirts, one shirt to those who would be, enrolling their young ones in the full program of the international homeschool. Not necessarily all the different programs, because we have them in segments too. You could get your biology by itself, of course, the African history and heritage, and whatever else we have to offer to you. But when I say the full program, you could participate for the yearly program or by the monthly. So once you take the full program, we will send you one of those beautiful shirts. I am the best and I deserve the best, and only the best is coming to me now. Definitely, we will send you one of those for you and yours, so you can specifically see there they are. You can specifically have one for yourself. Shipping and everything is all on us. But as I said, that was for a limited time, and it will come to an end this weekend here. So we are looking forward to you coming in. Well, the weekend is, in fact, what I would do, we would give it up until after the Sabbath, because it's almost Sabbath now. You understand? And I would be encouraging you to be buying and selling on such a time for those of you who are sacred to the day. So if you definitely said, wow, it's coming to an end, I would like to get the whole school and I would like the shirt, well, I'll give you until after the Sabbath evening, instead of trying to make any sort of levels of transaction as we speak. But anyway, what I really want to touch upon, you see the title here, Rastafari Address, Astrologers Disrespect. I should be addresses. I'll change it if the grammar is wrong. But this is something serious that I said, no, man, I had to really address this. Now, I'm telling you. So I want to read something here for you. We reached out to a specific individual here at the Priest Isaacs Institute of Holistic Knowledge, and a specific individual that deals with, he has his own channel and does lectures, etc., etc. So it was concerning some level of programming, and somehow this individual was not too pleased, I guess, with the knowledge that I have expressed and that I show. And I'm just going to read a reply that he gave here. He says, listen to this, Sorry, brother. I don't think I will be interested. There are too many mistakes in his knowledge base. That's me, my knowledge base. Fair enough. I mean, I don't feel no way. He is clueless. Fellas saying I'm clueless. Firstly, he thinks the earth is a globe. Therefore, he is stupid. And he has stupid in all capital letters here. Firstly, he thinks the earth is a globe. So I think the earth is a globe. Therefore, he is stupid. Okay. The earth is stationary, horizontal plane, period. If he still doesn't know that, I guess that's know that. I should read that. If he still does, I believe it's know that, but he has not. But if he still doesn't know that, then he knows SHIT, all capital letters, about anything. Secondly, those are not, secondly, next point, those are not volcanic rocks. And on his island, they are cut down silica trees. All right, so I believe you know what Roxy is talking about. He's obviously speaking about the rocks at Greencastle Hill. So basically, as I said, our office reached out to him, as we reach out to many people on a daily level. His business we on, we reach out to, we make many connections, calls, emails on a daily level, transactions, and yeah, that's how it is. You gotta keep alive. You know, you gotta be serious about what you're into. So he just happened to be one of the individuals that we would have connected with. And obviously we would have sent him some information just in case he doesn't know who we are, you know. And he brought back this reply, and I just happened to see it. And he's not interested. He considers that your brother here is clueless, which I don't feel no way. I mean, you know how it is. People throw their shots all the time. As I always say, hey, listen, when you're on your way home, you can't stop at every barking dog to pay attention to the dog, or else you'll never reach home. There are times where you definitely have to stand up or come off with your bike or whatever and address the dog. Maybe the owner don't have the dog on a leash. Maybe he's outside the fence and trying to run it up. But you can't always pay attention to every dog that passes. Now, I wouldn't call this individual a dog, but for sure, in the analogy, this is one of the dogs that I can't just pass. So your brother thinks that the earth is a globe according to him. I guess he saw some picture or something. And therefore, I am stupid. Now, just to show you, this is why I always tell you, family, we got to think a little better. We don't have to have this level of energy at all. This morning, we were live streaming radio, and I was reading in the chat. And I was speaking about the movements of the sun. And one brother was saying that, you know, I'm out of my mind, basically paraphrasing, because I am talking about the sun was moving. The sun rise and set. So maybe that was it. And then there was this other brother in the chat saying, no, man, you're not listening to what the priest saying properly. The priest said it appears the rise and set. You know, so I would assume this other person now that I'm talking about, he obviously would not be a flat earther, you know. But this is what I'm saying. Both sides have this, what are you talking about? Sort of energy. And I've always seen that with the flat earthers. And even since then, well, I'll tell you who he is in a moment, has been sending emails back and forward. Even now I'm speaking, I see a new email for him to show up. You know, he says worse things than this, but anyway. So he says then, the fact that I think the earth is a globe, I don't know SHIT about anything. All right. No, and then he says, secondly, those are not volcanic rocks on his island. They are cut down silica trees. Good. Now, you may say, so priest, why is it you telling us this? It ain't our business, that's between you and him and whoever. Yes, I understand what you're saying here. But sometimes you have to, you know, bring things to open. Now, let me show you who was speaking here. This is the brother that was speaking here. Mr. Astrotheology. This is a video, I've seen this video appear many times. Honestly, with no disrespect to him, I've never even watched it, with no disrespect to him whatsoever. And this would be his channel here. And I guess this is him now. This is how he looks now. Yeah, that's the fellow there who says that, I guess because I don't believe the earth is flat, that I am stupid, and he's dealing with astrotheology. Now, I'm not going to say, I cannot say anything about the brother outside of how he approached me, that's all. I'm not here trying to run no race with nobody's knowledge. He's dealing with astrotheology, you know, that's definitely down our line. And our theology highlight Haile Selassie, so for sure, if you ain't come to that conclusion, you definitely missing some parts. That's number one. I don't even care what you have to say. From you don't come close to that conclusion, you're obviously missing some parts. All right, fair enough. Now, again, and I'm going to get to the rocks. You see, the flat earth concept, family. I have done a few videos on this flat earth thing. Now, when the flat earth came up, I was intrigued. Yeah, man, I said, wow, who are these people trying to carry us back to Columbus? But anyway, let me just sit in on it and see what it's all about. And I find that some of the arguments very weak, very, very weak. Some of them make sense. So I digged in more, I studied it. Man, I could explain the flat earth just as good as anyone that believe in it, because I take my time and study it. So there's hardly anything you can tell me that I didn't hear about the flat earth, to tell me that for you to have water on a ball and the water not dripping off. I mean, wow, what you're talking about. For you to tell me, oh, the earth is spinning so fast and we can just walk and we're not flying off the earth that is, spinning so fast. Wow. I did a video. I want you to listen to me good. I did a video when I'm going to rename this video to the disrespect concerning the flat earth theory. I was in a late airplane, and the late airplane was on its way to St. Lucia, or I think we were going down. And I had a bag of cashews in my hand. Plane moving in the air, you know how fast an airplane moving. I can't tell you how much miles an hour, but it's faster than a car, and it's faster than, a bicycle, a motorbike. It's a plane, an airplane, up top speed, going south. All right. And I was inside of this plane. Now, when the plane is moving, you are not pushing back like, you understand? Even if you were in a car moving at that sort of speed, especially if the windows are down, even if the windows are not down, you'll be pressed back in your seat because of the makeup of the car and the speed that it's going. But the plane is designed like an incubator. You are inside your own atmosphere when you are inside of the plane. You hear the plane, like one of the same plane passing now. When you are inside of the plane. So this is why, although the plane is moving at super speed, it could be a jet. You can get up and walk to the bathroom and take your time. When you start to, as a man, when you start to pee in the toilet, sorry, the graphics, but I mean, let's just be clear. You don't see a pee flying and hitting the wall with the speed that the plane is going, because you are in a capsule. Even the flat earth say that the globe, not the globe, the flat earth is in a dome capsule. You're in your own atmosphere. Rasta, this thing about flying off the earth, that don't get killed. I tell you, I take the bag of cashew nut and I throw it up in the air. Plane moving, and the cashew nut drop back in my hand. When I threw it up, it was supposed to fly to the back of the plane because the plane is moving so fast. And what I'm saying, I'm not arguing with nobody that believes in flat earth. If you think so, yeah, that's just the vibe. That's what you're into. If you want to reason about it, I'm open. But then this sick mentality, and through the brethren is an individual that has a platform and have people, I'm not gonna allow him to just jump and, man, you gotta put people in their place. Who is he? Who is he? He don't want me to start talk. Who is he? Yo, brother, check yourself, yo. Who are you? Oh, Mr. Astrotheology, do not play. You cannot prove no earth flat. You may have things you can say, but you cannot prove it, and I'm going to prove it to you now. And if you are Mr. Astro, whoever, and their astro is not astronomy now, their astro is astrology. So obviously he's not in tune with the mechanics of the heavens. I mean, I don't have a problem if you disagree. No one can ever tell you I feel a way for somebody disagreeing with me. Yo, the vast majority of the world disagree with me. Bobo Shanti on a whole disagree with me. Rastafari disagree with my unique thinking. I don't care because I'm correct, and nobody can dispute the key points that I point out. And I'll be very, listen, I'm not saying you can't show me something that I may have mistaken it. I'm never not saying that, but I have some specific, unique theological conclusions that nobody can tear away. The biblical land of Israel is one of them. Haile Selassie's Osiris is another one. Marcus Garvey, Kente Amete, that's the next one. Nobody, you cannot tell me I'm wrong. You cannot. And although I'm not, pushing myself as this great flat earth debater thing, and I'm still willing to sit down and listen, But even within the flat earth theory, as I said, some of these points to me are very weak. Water on the globe and it not falling down, and water takes the form of whatever. I mean, nah, man, come on, come better than that, man. Some of you need to come out of the concrete jungle and come into the forest and the meadows and see the morning dew. The water drops, drop off the tree, land on the leaf, and turn itself into a circle, into a globe, into a sphere, pardon me. The water drop in it, click, 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 morning rain, and drop on the banana leaf and just turn into a sphere. Go and tell that no, water can't do that. You're not supposed to be a sphere. No, you're supposed to just run off the leaf. Go and talk to it and tell it that. So family, what I'm saying is this. Let me just do this quickly as I know time is up. This is the rendition of the flat earth. Now, for those of you who have been studying with us for some moment, you understand, and this is one, I can't even remember the brother's name, but this is one of the main flat earthers. And in flat earth, the moon and the sun, basically same size, same space up there, and they just go around. Nobody explained. I hardly see any explanation of this when the moon and the sun, crossing each other or whatever. They'll run into each other. But anyway, I don't want to stick on them simple points. Let's get serious on another level, Rasta. I'm saying the circumpolar stars. That is it. Who can explain their way out of the circumpolar stars? Because the earth is not flat, and more so a globe than a flat plate, and it rotates and revolves around the sun, and it has the 23.5-degree angle. And when we study this with the heavens, with clear understanding, and this makes a lot of sense. So what we consider to be the northern celestial pole, what we consider to be where Polaris is. Remember, Polaris is a star, actually just goes around and around and around. It doesn't go anywhere. Let me show you the circumpolar stars so we have a clear understanding of where we are, family. And remember, as one brother was saying earlier, a lot of things that we observe, they appear. They appear. Those that be pushing the flat earth, again, with no disrespect, is almost like the Bible discussion, where they take everything literal. Some ones would even point to the Bible and tell you the Bible say that the earth is flat, and Enoch say this, and Enoch say that. I'm telling you. All right. So what I'm saying, family, yeah. So don't take the movements of the heavens literal, meaning that the heavens in its own mystic has its own vibration. So the sun appears to rise. That's how it appears. That's how it seems as if it's rising in the morning, and it seems as if it's setting in the evening. But that's not really what's going on. I think we know that. All right. Even on the flat earth thing, the sun be going around in a circle. And then you have to explain that now, and ones will tell you, well, you know, it's an optical illusion and so many different things. We understand the science, man, of the equinox and the solstice. It is clean. Now look here, family. This is Polaris. This is the northern celestial pole. This is the northern celestial pole. So if you go to the so-called top of the earth, the North Pole, you're supposed to just look up and see this star above you. Now, what you notice here, you notice that this star is basically in place. That's Polaris. And you notice that the other stars appear as if they are going around it. Now, these stars that are going around, these are circumpolar stars, meaning that they circle around, you know, the Earth, or circle around Polaris, or the northern celestial pole, really. Now, if you notice, so basically, you know, in a sense, on a flat earth, this is what you are somewhat supposed to see. If you look good, you see the sun going around. All right. Now, you are at the North Pole in Alaska, and you're just looking up in the sky, and you see all these stars going around, not at this pace. I'm speeding it up. But this one in the center just seems to be there. All right. Now, when you come down, watch it go there, on a different level now. In fact, I'm going to put the earth here for you so you can see exactly what's going on. All right, good. So when you come down now, on a different level, we are looking westward. You see these stars and the sun, they're rising and they're setting. So they're setting. Let's look to the east. Follow me good. We don't have that much time. You see the stars rising. Every star rises and every star sets in the west. So why is it when we look to the north, the more north we go, the stars get closer and closer to a tighter knit circle? It's just like a ball. When you look at a ball, for example, a basketball, when you spin the basketball, watch me good, you have the basketball and you spin it, and you have your finger rolling on the basketball. I was going to put up a middle finger, but somebody might get offended. And you put the ball on your hand and it spins. You understand? Let's assume an ant was on the ball. Follow me good, man. Don't worry. I know what I'm telling you. Let's assume an ant was on the ball while you're spinning. If the ant was at the top of the ball, the ant will just be going around. But if the ant was at the side of the ball that's spinning around, the ant will be going around the full circle of the ball. Good. It's the same thing with the heavens. From the planet, because the planet is like a sphere, because the planet is like a sphere, the heavens around us give this apparent look as if we are a ball inside of a bigger ball. And on the ceiling of the ball are painted these stars. That's how it appears. That's why some people believe that that's what it is, that there's the ceiling of blackness that you can't pass, and they are hanging balls. These fellas believe that the stars are hanging balls. So what are the planets? You see, remember, these people don't observe all these things. They don't see, even when Mercury go into retrograde and start to go the other way. You know, what is that? That can be so well calculated. Explain that. That's a hanging moving ball that has a machine that moves the 9 balls that we call planet, and of course the smaller planets and the asteroids and the comets that we see. What are all these things? And falling stars, meteorites, and these different things. The heavens is declaring the glory. So I'm showing you now, family, that this is how it appears. Apparent is very important. So when the earth is rotating and revolving around the sun on a daily level, it appears as if the sun is rising and it looks like the sun is setting. Now, whether you agree with that or not, hear me good. Whether you agree with that or not, you understand what I'm saying. That's for sure. That is for sure. So I don't have to try to make you understand. But I'm showing you now it's the same thing with the stars. So now the sun, right now, the sun is at its most northern part in the zodiac belt. So this is why those of us in the northern hemisphere, we find that the days are much longer than the night, because where the sun is, we get more of it now. But when it goes way to the south and it's at its most southern part in December, our nights are longer than the day. Okay, so I'm showing you, the more north the star is, the more closer it is to the top of the ball then. The more closer it is to the northern celestial pole, the more closer it is to Polaris. And Polaris, who is at the center, the northern celestial pole, Polaris doesn't move, or at least it doesn't appear so. Polaris just stands there and spins around. Now, if you go to the south, say we were to go to Australia, we're gonna see the same thing. Although there's not a star that really dominates the southern celestial pole at this time. But in the same way, you have circumpolar stars in the south. So if we were to go to New Zealand, family, and we are getting a better view at the southern stars, in the same way as those of us who live in the north would observe a set of stars like the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, the Cephas, and the Bear, and so these stars just keep going around in a circle all night long. Cassiopeia, they don't even set. From where I am, Cassiopeia doesn't set. But if you were to go southwards, then you will start to see Cassiopeia setting, because you are going over the curvature of the earth. Just reality. Listen, I ain't asking, you know. All right. But this is why when you're on the equator, you see stars rising in the east and setting in the west, because they're by the ants, as I said, on the side of the ball. So they get the full rise and set almost like the sun. All right. But if we go southwards now on the same ball, like at the bottom where your finger is spinning, we come back to that space of tight circles. So this star here is just going around in a circle. This star here going around in a wider circle. The more north it goes, the circle gets wider until they reach the center by the equator, and those stars rise and set. You understand? Then we go more north, the circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller till you reach the northern celestial poles, and the stars keep going around. Now, I know I've belabeled the point, but I'm sure most of you understand what I'm saying. All right. So now, with that in mind, I'm just telling you, this cannot happen on a flat earth. Simple as that. This is impossible on a flat earth. Let me show you. Now, if you notice, you have, this is the flat earth. Yeah, I know the United Nations banner look like the flat earth. That ain't no big point. Yeah, I know they found Buddha, they say Buddha carvings and showing a world beyond. That doesn't distinctly say that it's flat earth that proves that there's a flat earth. It's a good point. I ain't fighting it. But you gotta recover this point here, because remember now, on the flat earth, the South Pole is really the edge of the earth. The South Pole is like an ice sheet around the edge of the earth, for those who don't know. You see what's happening here? So I have to teach you the flat earth for those who don't know, those who are not taking up all of this here, so that I can show you that nothing can go so. All right. So the ice sheet is what holds the water in. That's why the water don't drip off the earth and drop down to the bottom. I'm telling you. So if you observe this now, so the stars would be on this glass here. If the flat earth, well, the flat earth is not moving. So these stars would be moving. You can see this is a semi-circular, semi-dome here. So that means these stars would be just going around and going around. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Follow me good. Because it's a flat earth. I hope you understand that. In the flat earth theory, the stars are painted on the ceiling of this dome, basically. Well, that's what and these people here are the masters of the flat earth. So you see his picture behind, you see the stars on the dome. And he's showing you sometimes the sun is higher and lower. Okay, good. Fair enough. Now, so when you are here and you look straight up, if we were to go to Iceland and these places today, and you look straight up, you would see what I was just showing you. And what I was just showing you is, of course, this. We're looking straight above us, and this is what we would be observing. We would be observing the heavens, and we'd be observing the stars going around, see? But we will see Polaris not moving. This is what we would see at the North Pole. All right, good, fair enough. Let's get back here. Now, with this here family, so Polos would be at the top here, and all of those stars I just showed you. That's why we have to be literate. That's why we teach the youths them astronomy. People say, oh, I'm not sending my child to do no astronomy because you don't believe in the flat earth. Oh my, I'm so sorry for that child. Well, not sorry, they'll find a way. So you can keep them away from the knowledge. Well, disprove this. Disprove this, if you can disprove this. All right. So you have the bear and the little dipper, they're all hovering around. As I said, follow me good, and this is like a crash course. The more south in the heavens you come, the more wide is the circle, because Polaris is up here. Now, whether you believe in flat earth or not, we all see the same thing. So we all see Polaris not moving. So for that to happen, if this this dome here is really spinning around, come on, it's just common sense, this, I shouldn't be taking all of this time to explain common sense. If this dome is spinning around and it's painted with stars inside, that means that you would get Polaris at the tip here just doing this because it's not moving. All right, good. So where is the southern celestial pole? I'm telling you, family, listen to me good. If we were to go to Peru, South America, South Africa, or Australia, some of you listening to me in South Africa, some of you listening to me in Peru, I know that for sure. I'm sure we have people in Australia too, but I know for sure we have enough listeners and viewers in South Africa, and we have enough listeners and viewers in Peru. Give thanks to the Sabbath coming in, understanding, praise God here. This is key. Now, watch me, good family. I don't want this to miss you at all. We are looking, right now, we are in Peru. In fact, let me show you how serious this is, man. We ain't going to play with this. Let me show you how serious this is. So we're going to place ourselves. Bam. See, I actually placed myself there in Peru. See, you see, I did it. Okay, good. So we're in Peru, and we're looking south. Good. All right. Let us see. One of our more famous constellations is this. the Southern Cross. You see there, beautiful, beautiful constellation. Let me take out these animals. See there, the Southern Cross, wonderful. Now, from where I am here in the Caribbean, you can see the Southern Cross at a specific, because we're about 70, listen to me, good family, because we are about 70 degrees north of the equator. We do not see the Southern Cross when it sets, because it sets from our vantage point. So when we look south from here in the Caribbean, we would see the same Southern Cross rising at a specific time. So we see the Southern Cross half of the time that it's making its move. But if we were in Australia, the Southern Cross would never set because we are in the south. This is a fact, eh? This is, you don't have to Google this. You don't have to read this in no book. You don't have nothing and no belief and nothing. You just go to Australia, go to Peru, we in Peru here, and sit down on your gallery and look to the south, and you see all the southern circumpolar stars. Not no star going across. If the flat earth is correct, the star should be going across like this. Of course, because you're in this semi-dome thing, the star should be going across like this. But when you're in Australia, when you're in South Africa, and when you're in Peru, you are seeing the southern circumpolar stars. Let me show you again. I want you to get this good, family. All right. Because now if I was in Peru and you were in South Africa and somebody else in Australia, and it was night in Peru and I see the Southern Cross. You see, that's why they have this man here in the Southern Cross. I'm seeing the Southern Cross. Okay. Then when the same time comes in South Africa, I call you and say, hey, Purple, are you seeing what I saw? I sent you the picture. Yeah, Green, I'm seeing the same thing. Okay. Then a little later, we call Australia. Hey, Australia, what's going on, Red? I'm here. The pictures we sent you of the Southern Cross, are you seeing the same thing? Yeah, and it rose the same time. And it rose the same time. That is impossible. It cannot happen. It can't happen. You cannot explain that. And if you don't understand, well, I mean, that's how you go sometimes. It's a ticklish subject to explain, and it takes a lot of concentration. And the half an hour and so sometimes don't do it. But you see, we've been talking about this for a while, not necessarily flat earth, but we've been teaching astronomy for a long while. Those children you see in our astronomy course, if I was to explain this to them, they get it right away because they understand the movements of the heavens properly. We don't study this. No offense, I study this, so I clearly know what I'm explaining to you. If you go here on a flat earth and look south, you're looking at the edge of this glass, and I'm here in South Africa and I'm looking south, and you're here in Australia and you're looking south, and we're seeing the exact same thing. That don't make sense, because remember, this thing is going around. So the set of stars I would see here, you will see over there. But you have to keep in mind, they're not passing on the plane. They're going in a circumpolar fashion, just like the northern circumpolar stars. So when we are here in the southern part of the earth, we cannot see Polaris. We can't see Polaris. You're supposed to be able to stand in South Africa and still look up here and see Polaris. But if you go to South Africa, you can't see Polaris. You cannot. You can't. You may see maybe Kephas coming over the northern horizon and just going back down because you're so far away in the curve. You see how astronomy prove it? Even to those of us who check for the globe and say that the earth upside down, even that I use astronomy and defeat that. No, I'm not in the earth right side up and upside down, because in space there's no real up and down. That's like a Sesame Street conversation. But if you want to get so serious till you want to turn Africa upside down, no disrespect, I know some of my brethren into it big time. You know what I mean? Big up the Jed and Enough respect to even Brother Corey. I know the shirts them have the Africa in that fashion there. But what I'm saying, we use astronomy and show you if the earth have an up and a down, astronomy proves that north is up and south is down, straight up. And I'm going no depths into it. I've covered that already. Yeah. So and it's not about, you know, me, no argument with no one in a family. It's just I like to deal with things on a scholarly level. So this fella here, Mr. Astrology here, this fella here, this man here, see me here? I'm just giving him a plug. I'm sure you'll find some good vibes, I'm sure, on his seat. Yeah, and I'm sure some of you may have even checked him out already. Oh yeah, this is another maniac here now. This is another maniac here. You ever see this video, Priest Isaac has lost his mind? I can't even play it all for you. So much stupidness.
Yeah, this is
Crazy,
just
crazy is
crazy,
right.
you know.
This fella here.
Oh,
This
gosh.
fella here. I listen to some of this and I try to.
How is it people
I try to
supposed
say,
to
who this person talking about? Me? But then who else is Priest Isaac?
be pro-black or conscious or decent
Here it is one here.
or I don't know, even honorable? And
I will.
never
I can't even carry you through that. If you want to go and give it a 10-minute listen, I think if you are serious, I don't think you can listen to this more than 10 minutes. You know, I somewhat ignore it because I say, no, man, this person can't be talking about me. Although there are things that sound like me, like what she just said, they're honorable and seem like she's queer or something, man, because she have this thing about whoever she talking about, but it says Priest Isaac lost his mind. That's what her video name. She talking and saying, and you're trying to fight homosexuals and the gay agenda and something. And I say, hey, who is these people here? You understand? And I pull that out so I can show you who it is that be talking these talk. Let me see. What's the name there? Brooke Sir the Gunsman. See, Brooke Sir the Gunsman there, that's right there. Yeah. I did the video, Priest Isaac has lost his mind. And Mr. Astrologer, let me give you his exact name too. Yeah, I want you to know his exact name. So he is Santos Bonacci. Yeah, all right. So what I'm saying here now, with all understanding, family, let me get back to this now with clarity. You cannot see the southern circumpolar stars on a flat earth. It's impossible. I tell you, I throw the cashew up in the plane and it drop into my hand. This thing about flying off the earth is real. Even this has a dome. The earth is in its own atmosphere, which protects it on that level. You ain't gonna fly off no earth. No water gonna drip off the side. Wow, give me a break, man. So you have the universe as this little corner here and the stars, this painting on a wall. And then you have this fierce anger with those of us who think sensibly. Well, explain the circumpolar stars of the south. From you can explain that, you're good to go and we can continue with the next chapter. But it can't be explained, it's impossible. But if you can find a way to explain it, somebody's telling me, people always, go challenge Brother Sanchez. Yo, listen, enough respect to Brother Sanchez, yo. Sanchez is a big flat earth theorist. And Brother Sanchez talk about enough other things. They try to put me against Brother Sanchez. Enough respect to Brother Sanchez. I'm not here to be fighting nobody for their theory, family. I'm not into that. I never come on them things there. You understand? You check it. This vampire here, not this man here that holding the globe. The vampire here, Mr. Astrology, Astro, whatever his name is, came with a level of disrespect to I. And it's not even me he was talking to with them disrespectful words. You understand? Because I believe the earth is not flat. And true, he's not just somebody on the side and he's somebody that I guess have some little clout. I decided to just pull him out of the woods. He can do what he think he can do. I ain't here to go back and forth with nobody. If you notice, I don't really say nothing about him, but I crush his theory. I don't care what else he say. And what else did I say? And when you go far out into space, you can't see curve. And listen, and the moon landing is fake. Who don't know that? So that because the moon landing is fake, you think that's gonna make me that's not a point. That's not a good point. It's a point, maybe for something else. But because moon landing is fake, that means they never went to the moon. They never. The flat Earth is on. The flat Earth is on. Then the man saying I'm an idiot because I believe that my rocks are rocks. These are volcanic rocks. Man, it's scientific. Yo, come on, man. Listen. These are trees. These are the rocks. Let me show you, family. This is the part of the hill that has been demolished. And what that has done, that has opened the way to prove that the rocks that we see here, which protrude out of the earth, is coming from deep in the core or from somewhere beneath the surface of the earth. So as I've always said, you go in on Greencastle Hill and you observe the rocks and the different stones. Like if you look here, you see some small stones on the ground. You may think that just a stone on the ground. That is coming deep in the earth, from in the earth, just like these. But of course, this is just a geological wonder. So the brother is saying these are cut down silica trees. Cut down. He specifically said cut down. So what, then the rocks in here that coming up are cut down silica trees. And listen, I don't have a problem with somebody disagreeing with me, brother. But you gotta respect yourself. What's wrong with them people here? Man, listen. I don't come try to tell me nothing again, because I really lose the tiger on you, so just behave yourself. Yeah. Now look here. These rocks protruding out of the earth. We study this, he don't even know where that hill is. These rocks protruding out of the earth. Countless of silica trees, countless. Cut down from where? And they're coming out of the earth. The vast majority of them standing firm. Who is he? Listen, the national wood here in Antigua is petrified wood, petrified stone. And the petrified stone, I know what petrified wood looks like. It turns to stone. Yeah, man, wood can turn to stone. You never know that. Trees can turn to stone, yeah. These are not petrified trees. You can obviously see the volcanic action and them protruding out the earth. So again, in all levels of respect, an individual have to just check themselves before they talk to I. I mean, I know, listen, in this game, you can't be thin-skinned. Thin skin means your skin not thick. Any little thing move you, anything little thing move you. And it's obvious any little thing will move I. But you see, I have a little thing too, especially remember I work with my family. I don't know if you remember, there was once, this is years back, some of you may not recall, and even down to my comments and so, I train my youths to interact and deal with my comments, but some of these responses to the comments were so awful. I just had to remove them from that and took that over. So as I said, even the message that the brother sent, I didn't even see the message first. It wasn't sent to my email, it's sent to the Institute email. I have access to the Institute email, but this is a business I run in here. So as I said, we reached out to him, not me personally. We reached out to him, but we reach out to many people daily. It's work we work in for different reasons. He dealing with something that we dealing with to a degree. So we want to connect with the man. He just jump out and say, man, it's stupid. That I stupid and clueless. Because I believe the earth is not flat. And he called me something, a glodiator or something, like idiot, globe plus idiot. Some globe idiot, some kind of thing the man referred to me as. So I just say, yeah, that's how we dealing with it. I just felt to drag him out. And trust me, all I did, brother, was drag you out. I did nothing else. So just humble yourself and respect yourself straight up. So anyone that think that they can dispute that is just up to them, even at this moment and even at this hour. Oh yeah, that was a beautiful reasoning that we had previous evening. Yes, family. And give thanks continually for the life giver. Oh yes, that's what I'm looking for. And the keeper of life, man. Give thanks for such a long expected day begin, dawn on these realms of war and sin. And fain would we leave this weary road to live in love and rest with the Most High, King Emmanuel the Seventh, Adonai God, Jah, Rastafari, the man say, Lord of the Sabbath here of ours, in this thy day, in this thy house, and own as gracious sacrifice, the song which from our temple rise. Yeah, man, thine earthly Sabbath, Lord, we love, but there's a nobler rest above, to which our laboring hearts aspire, ardent pangs of strong desire unto the God of old, the God of Mount Zion, the eternal I am, Holy King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, peace, perfect peace in this dark world of sin. King Emmanuel the Seventh, Adonai God, Jah, Rastafari, hail our Lord anointed, great David, greater son. Hail him in his time appointed, Jah reign and earth began. Jah come to break oppression and set the captive free, and wipe away transgression and rule inequity. Yeah, man, equality and justice stands for one and all. Them and those that love Satan kingdom must fall at this hour. Hotter the battle, man, the sweeter the victory. Yeah, man, trot along and step along, saints, victory sure. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Them and those that dwell therein. You founded it upon the seas and established it upon the flood. The mighty God of the flood. Marcus I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari, over X, give thanks, right over wrong, give thanks at this hour, black over white, ever right, King Emmanuel the Seventh, Adonai God, Jah, Rastafari, Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari.